Hey, what's up? It's Jason. I'm back with a video. Another thread response here. Just doing a bunch of them today, and we'll send them out in the VC universe soon enough. This one is a thread response. I think it was Sam St. John or Sam Americana he's going by now. Um, Challenge to show all our black and white cover albums, and I just saw Richard at Richard's Tap House do this thread response too. So I thought I'll jump on. I got a lot of black and white records in the collection. Just pulled, a few hundred here, maybe. Looks like that in front of me in terms of the stack, but like 20 or so. So yeah, let's dive into it. I got lots of punk and metal and different genres to show you guys. Starting off with the first album that came right to mind when I was thinking black and white covers, obviously the Ramones debut album. Reissue copy there. I wish I had the OG. Also on the punk tip, Really Red. A little bit more obscure band for me. I picked up this reissue a little while back on Alternative Tentacles. Some killer stuff out of Houston, Texas. Very left-wing progressive politics, obviously. Teaching You the Fear by Really Red. Black and white, both sides of the cover. Then we got some really creepy doom death metal here. This is some cool stuff, actually. This is like crust and doom combined. Band out of New York, I think they're from. Winter. Very crusty. This is a box set, actually, of the debut album and another EP put out on Svart out of Finland. Into Darkness by Winter. Very cool collection. Locally, I got some crust punk here. Gotta show my Zeal record again. Banger of an album. Local punk band. Also, I gotta show this again too because I had completely screwed up the band name last time when I was showing this one. Still don't know which way this goes. I think it goes this way. Pungent Stench. Yeah, early death metal out of Vienna, Austria, which I never had any copies, anything by them before. I gotta pick up more. This is their debut, plus some slash demo plus rehearsals here on this one of Mucus Secretion, reissued by Hammerheart. Really raw sounding stuff, early death metal, kind of crusty. It's the rawness of the production. So yeah, Pungent Stench, killer record, black and white. Here's a good electronic compilation. Haven't shown this one, I think, ever on the VC. Yeah, this one is Body Without Organs, Sign Bit Zero, the Murray CY edits. Murray CY was doing this really cool label out of the UK in the 2010s called Contort Yourself. Lots of remixes, re-edits of slightly obscure synthwave tracks. This one comes also with a little inner, Body Without Organs. So yeah, some old school, like 80s style synthwave. Then another one I just showed recently in another video, Husker Du, Metal Circus EP, very black and white cover, one of my faves. With some Nurse with Wound, experimental music here, black and white on both sides. This is the reissue. Very cool record. Don't have a lot of Nurse with Wound, but that one I have. Of course, the Specials debut album, self-titled, black and white. Here's another Sonic Youth. I was thinking about picking for my last video. This is Confusion is Sex, early Sonic Youth, maybe the second album, I think. Black and white cover. Tackhead, one of my favorite electronic 80s groups. Super group with Adrian Sherwood at the helm of production, but also Keith LeBlanc and Gary Clayle, Mark Stewart, all jumping in. UK project. Big influence on my future musical tastes. This is a single for What's My Mission Now. It's also on the Tackhead album. Another electronic pick, Severed Heads out of Australia. This is the Dead Eyes Opened reissue on Dark Entries, 80s single. Killing Joke, first album, very black and white. This one is, my black and white is kind of fading a little bit on this one, and I actually got this free. It was in a pile of like college radio discards. GBH, oh no, it's GBH again. OG pressing there. GBH still got the kind of lettering or cataloging for the radio station. How about some Flipper next? Flipper Live. Fight. Not the best Flipper record, I have to say, but it does have Chris Novoselic on bass from Nirvana. Deja Voodoo, one of my faves, Canadian faves. Stripped down, minimalist, garage rock, two-piece. Two versions of this album, actually, Cemetery. The other one has color. This is the black and white version of that record on their OG label. Another Dark Entries here one. This is Dark Day, Darkest Before Dawn. Very dark. Kind of dark ambient with some choral organ. Kind of like, I guess, Dead Can Dance a little bit. Reissue. Yeah, recorded originally 85 to 86. This is a 2019 reissue by Dark Entries out of San Fran. And a couple from Decruisin'. A little bit of red with the black and white here on the October file. And this EP, Gone Away. Cool. Decruisin' stuff. Devo. Hardcore Devo. Comps that came out of the early, very punk experimental days of Devo. Here you got with some masks going on. Speaking of punk, some hardcore legends here. DRI, Crossover Legends. And the first DRI album, EP album. I think it was originally like, what, a 7-inch or a 10-inch, 22 songs rammed on there. Some of them as short as 31 seconds, 21 seconds, 19 seconds. 18 seconds. There's an 18-second song on here. Classic DRI. Chaos UK up next. Short, Sharp, Shocked. This is the cover that Michelle Shocked kind of ripped off, I guess, for her sort of folk punk album years later. But Chaos UK, OGs of UK punk, UK hardcore. Cab Voltaire. There's a pretty black and white cover by Cab Voltaire, a little bit of pink as well. Voice of America, great album. Crass, I think all Crass albums are black and white pretty much. This is Feeding the 5000, as if was in the beginning, as it was in the beginning. The Cure, Faith. A couple of early Cure albums are black and white. 17 seconds, I think, too. Same with Dead Kennedys. Madonna, black and white, gray, black and white, gray. Venom, it's the Warhead single, very black and white cover. There's a Bathory bootleg compilation, Burnin' Leather. On the back here with his leather shorts, short shorts, Bathory there. We got Accept. Speaking of leather shorts, Balls to the Wall here. Classic. Cool G Rap and Polo, showed this earlier. Their second album. Black and white with a bit of gold. Warsaw. Early Joy Division. This is a bootleg copy. Some live stuff. Corrosion of Conformity. Early Corrosion of Conformity. My favorite era of them. Technocracy EP. Color on the back. Cover. Bolt Thrower, of course, debut album, very crusty death metal. And I'm going to finish it off with a very crusty, raw sounding Necrophago, Brutal Mutilation, Brazilian death metal thrash from the 80s, uncovered. A couple of bands, I guess, called the same name. But yeah, some raw demos on that one, and very black and white as well. So that's a big stack of black and white records for this thread. I'll see you guys soon.